Hey everybody, it's the old biker chess dude once again coming at you. Today we're going to be doing a little something for the chess vets as we continue with our exploration into the finesses of chess. How about that for fancy words? Now, I play there on Wednesdays. They have a little thing that they put together various times for the games and the speeds and stuff. If you have the opportunity, look up on Lead Chess, look Chess Vets, join us up there. Looking for chess players, especially all the veterans, but out there like myself, but anybody, just contact Mike and Leah. They'll be out there and they kind of run the thing. So what they asked me to do is to give a small little example of what's going on and a critique of a game that I was involved in. So this ought to be fun. So here we go with a game with me playing against one of the most finest chess players you're ever going to want to meet. They call him the Squarehopper. I call him the Machine. It's Josh Flores, and he meets with me on my group on Sundays at the High Point Church in Romeoville. So if you're in the area, stop on by. If not, you will want to get a game with this guy. This guy's got more tricks up his sleeve than a Republican looking for a nominee. But anyway, so if you would, let's go and take a look at this game that we got going here. All right. Here's the game that me and Josh were playing up there. This is, again, it's by the Chess Vets. It's a game 5 with 5-minute increment. It's our little Swiss format that we're using at this particular one, which turned out to be a draw. For me, that's a moral victory. But anyway, let's get to the game. I'm playing black against this one out here. And like I said, Josh has got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. So first off, we come out there. Josh starts off with D4, as he does this a lot with white. I've noticed that you go there, he likes to do the London and a couple other things, and sometimes the Catalan and whatever it is. I was expecting the English, but okay, we'll see what we got. I start off with a little hypermodernism we're going to do with F6. Again, he starts out, it looks like we're getting maybe into a Queen's Gambit decline. Who knows what's going on? So I try off with my hardy C5, looking to see if we're going to turn this into a Benko. He's playing pretty swift as he goes out there and maneuvers his pieces around. Turns out at this particular point, as I'm getting things are going around, Josh turns it into this point in kind of a Rxc bind. Notice how he's got pawns on the E4 and on the C4, which is discouraging me from ever trying to play a breaking move of a pawn move to D5. Looks good for me, but going to give me lots of problems. So, continuing on with the game. I play a rather passive move, A6, because I don't like Josh's knights jumping around. Again, Squarehopper, jump around, that's what he does. So, we'll try to limit what he's got going up there. All of a sudden, Josh is playing F3. He doesn't need to play his knight back or anything, because Josh ain't going to move that knight. I bring out the queen, and of course he starts building up into the center. It's looking kind of nasty. Here's where I come out and I start trying to make up a little bit of difference here. The knight here is pinning against the king, which if he hadn't played the pawn on F3, I might have been able to get win a pawn out of the whole deal. But still early in the game. Plus, by moving that pawn to F3, it also makes castling on king's side a little weird. He plays up the king, so he doesn't want to screw up his pawn structure. Understandable. I can't stand having that knight there. We're going to get rid of it. Now he puts up the bishop, and the powers are starting to go back and forth. I kick up on E5 to try to kick the bishop out of that position, because I don't want anything bearing down on me. It does give the knight a chance to jump into D5, but at present, the knight is being pinned. So we'll see where it goes from there. Josh backs up. I castle because it's going to be trouble. He brings out his bishop. Now, we got a lot of questions going up here for me. Which way is the mighty Squarehopper going? Is he going to go out to the king side? Maybe, giving a little drafty kind of castle out there. That F3 move might be a bit of a problem. But we're going to kind of look around here also. Notice how the bishop out here, the one on the light squared bishop, is a little bit it's kind of hemmed in by his own pieces, pawns and everything, all on the white squares. His one good bishop is the dark squared bishop. That could be a problem. But as long as the king's in the center, I still got that pin on the knight. We'll see how it goes from here. I decided, whoop, time to protect that, move up a little bit and maybe get my bishop out. He brings the rook, gonna start attacking that backwards pawn on d6. I knew that guy was gonna be a pain. So let's develop a piece. Now we got a couple things going up here. Notice I got the queen and the bishop both jumping on the c4. He's only got the bishop protected. Maybe we'll see what he's got going. I'm not sure how he's gonna fight this. Defends it. But also by doing that, the knight is no longer defended by a pawn. Somebody's got to protect that knight or it's going to be gone for nothing. I start bringing up some more pawns. Okay, rooks always go to the half open file. Got to have something up there. But then again, things are still looking a little shaky here. Josh does something at this point that really kind of like, wow. The man doesn't castle. He puts the king to f2. That I still don't understand that for me, but then again, I'm not the machine. But he does connect the rooks. He has his king protecting his bishop on the e3. Maybe it's not that bad. He's going to castle by hand. I decide at this point I'm going to try to take out one of his active pieces, the bishop. He throws his knight. Now that it's no longer pinned, there it is. He's got it. Gosh darn it. He's got it in that d5 square in an excellent spot for that knight to be at. This is going to be problems. He's jumping right on my queen. Don't like it. I nail him with my knight. He comes back. Now we got that intermediate move. Something up there, because it's like both bishops are under attack. But I come with a check. He takes back. Queen up with a check. King going back. Oh, now he's on the run. The king has made 3 moves right about now. 1, 2, 3. And I don't know. It's getting a little weird out here. I'm not sure exactly where it's going. I got maybe a little bit of a point in the center, but it's tough. It's tough. All right. Trying to figure out what we're going to think, and at the last second I see something. I can win a pawn. The bishop comes and steals the pawn up there because the queen is pinned. The pawn in front of on the c4 is pinned. He doesn't want to lose a queen for nothing. So I get away with snitching a pawn. I feel like a tax collector. This is great. He brings up his bishop. Now here's where it kind of comes back and forth. Now I'm thinking left and right. What am I going to do? I got a queen that can jump over here to f2. I've got a queen that can go to d4. I've got a queen that can go here. But still, no, the pin on that bishop on against the c4 pawn is no longer valid at this particular point because his bishop is protecting the queen and the king. It's 2 and 2. I ain't gonna win it. Something's got to happen. So I decide it's time to move. I go over there. I give him a check. He comes back, and I get rid of the queens, which I find out later probably isn't so hot. Get the hell out of the way. And this is where my first little downfall is coming out there. Josh picks up a pawn. That's dangerous when you're coming out there with the big Squarehopper and the man is giving you the crushing arms of death upon your pieces. Played it pretty good, I like it. Coming back, I figured let's try to get something going up here. We exchange some pawn, it takes a pawn, I come out there and put a double attack on the bishop. I figure I get rid of this, pick up a pawn. Now we're heading in towards the end game, and now we're going to come looking at theirs. Here's where we got where I thought I had a fairly okay chance. White's got 2 pawns on the queen side against 1. I got 4 against 3. If we were just to take the rooks off the board and just have the kings, probably a draw, which is a good thing for me. But I got a pawn in the center. I'm thinking maybe this is a good thing. Okay, let's see how it works. Okay, let's move up to the front. He jumps, doubles up the rooks. We got to trade off a pair. I'll take a rook on an open file. King comes out. I'm going to try to cut off the king. Well, now from this particular point, look, we got a rook in the center. He has the most access to most squares at this point. He's clear all the way around. Josh's rook is kind of in a defensive mode a bit, but although his king is on the side it needs to be. Let's see where it goes. Okay, we start moving up. I figure it's time to go over here and start getting some pawns together. He moves up against the king, his king in towards the center, which is good. I figure we're bringing up a lot of pawns. Now, things are getting kind of good. I'm missing a lot of opportunities here as I start sitting around up there. I'm always looking at that pawn to b4 and have a check. Throwing the king back, and maybe if I could just win a pawn on the queen side, and then we trade a bunch of stuff off, I might be able to queen, and who knows. So we go on. He protects as good. I bring my king back to kind of swing it around, and here we go. This one was not the best move that I ever did, but I wanted to try to see if I can get some activity going. He jumps in. We trade off a couple pawns. Here he goes. Josh once again plays an active defense, and we just kind of run off a bunch of moves back and forth. Josh is going to win a pawn, but he can't go any farther than that. I figure at this point, even though he's going to trade the pawns on the when he queens it, maybe I can win the other pawns, and we'll see. He keeps going back and forth. I'm trying to get some perpetuals. Josh gets his king closer, does the thing. I win a pawn. Coming back. We're coming back. We're running out of time at this particular point. He gets to a point where we're here, and this is where the position repeats itself, and it ends up being a draw. Let me tell you, this was a great game. Now, one thing I did do, I took the game that I had and I threw it through the computer, and actually the computer runs through all the data, the variables and its algorithm going back and forth, and then it spits out a thing. It goes, "You moron, you messed it up here, you messed it up over there, you forgot this, you didn't see that, he smacked you over here." Yeah, computers always do that. Of course, if I was a computer, I would be over winning millions of dollars and stuff, but no. But the point is that it turned out to be a very good and a very, after I've gone over it a couple times, very educational game. Learn a couple things. And that's what you can do when you come out to Chess Vets and play in the little 5-minute tournaments that we're running up. Mike and Leah put something together great. Again, it's for veterans, but we allow other people in too. So come and be a part of the team that has served and will still serve. My oath has no expiration date, and we're still together. I'd like to thank everybody for stopping in, and I want you to consider joining us at the next group meeting for chess on Wednesdays for Chess Vets on Lichess. This is the old biker chess dude signing off here saying, I'll be looking for you at the next game. Take it easy, everybody.